Hello everyone, welcome to Training with Mr. Bose. Today we will again complete another part of Excel series, which is exercise 3, part 3 of the Excel series, right? The first one was based on index and function, the second one was based on Excel function, and this exercise 3 also will be based on some Excel functions only, right? So let's open practice exercise 3, right? So here they have given you so there are a lot of pages, exercise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in exercise 1 there are a small table which is given over here, and you have to understand the table properly and you have to answer the questions, right? For example, a small name and answer table is given. Now the question is how many numerical with numbers only responses are in the range. So answer, if you see how many number, so we can see from where I is 1, 2, 3 and 4. There are 4 numbers only. So how will you write that using formula? So very simple, equals to count. Count basically counts the number of values in a range, right? It will not count any kind of text. So very simple, there are 4 only. Similarly, how many response in total are in the range? So how many are total response which is given, right? So you can just write equals to count A. Count A will calculate the entire range. If there is no blank, it will calculate all. If it is blank, then it will be basically not be counting that. So count A will calculate all the things, right? Both numbers as well as the text data. So there are 7 total, 4 and 3 that we can see out over here. Now how many unique names are present? So in the name column, how many unique names are present, right? So this can be achieved very tricky, right? The question is very tricky, but how will you achieve this question? So I want the unique names, right? What you can do is equals to count A, right? Mostly there are 7 unique names only. How many unique names are present? Mostly there are 7 unique names only. So either you can use count, or it is better to use go to data, and you will have option called as remove duplicate. So what you can do is you can just copy this, right, paste it somewhere else, right, and just remove duplicates, and you can see there are no duplicates value, and then you can easily count it. Otherwise you can have a formula equals to count of this names, all are unique names only. You will give count A, because you have to calculate all textual data. So there are 7 unique names only which is given, right? If they ask you for answers, how many unique answers, so you can write it like this, equals to count A all minus I want to calculate, yes, I want to, so you can write count of this. So there are 3 unique, you can see 3, I don't know and David are the 3 unique. You can find it out, but as of now they have told you to find unique names, so we can do that. So from data, remove duplicates. If you do, you will be. Otherwise, if you are using Microsoft 365 or Excel greater than 2021, you can write equals to unique formula is there, right? It will ask you the array, right? And by column, yes, you can write true, and it will give you unique names, right? So that is how you can also create. So if you are using Microsoft 365 or greater than 2019, right, you will get this formulas. Exercise 2. The next question is how many numerical, so this is another table which is given over there, right? Now again they are asking you how many numerical answers appear in column C. Now you will be able to easily answer this. So if you write equals to count will only give you numerical answers. So you can see 10 out of how many? out of 12 you are getting 10 because there are 2 blanks. Okay. Sorry, there are 2 errors basically. The blanks it is considering as blank only. So as I have told you, it will not consider blanks. So whatever the numbers are there, it is calculating that. How many numerical numbers? So there are 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? That is how the answers is. Similarly, how many non-blank answers? Numbers as well as letters, right? So you can write equals to count of this plus count A. Count of this plus count A of this range only. So numbers as well as text. So there are 22, no, it is calculating wrong. So I will write count A will give me the total, which is around 12, right? How many non-blank answers, how many non-blank, right, which are not blank answers appear in column C, right? So there are mostly 12 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? So blank, so total 14 records are there. Blank it is not considering, so that's why 12 is total answers, right? As simple as it is. Next is exercise 3. Okay, the answer is already present. How many cells with a number value are in the gray range? So you can see only 2. So basically I have used a count formula. How many empty cells are in the gray range? So you can use a formula called as count blank, right? And you can select from this to this, from the entire ash range, right? So there are 4 blanks, right? So 1 at the top, 2, 3 and 4, right? How many non-number cells are in the gray range, right? So non-number cells. So what you have to do is equals to count A. You have to calculate the all first. Count A will give you all minus count of the range. So it will only give you non-number cells. So there are 5. How many cells are there in total range? So very simple, you can use a count A. Okay, so this is the answer for exercise 3. For exercise 4, I'll just zoom in. Okay, for exercise 4, I will just zoom in. So here we have asked you something. What is the maximum weight of a wrestler? So you can use a formula called as equals to max and the weight of that particular wrestler. Similarly, what is the minimum weight of that wrestler? So equals to min of this, right? What is the average between the maximum and minimum? So you have to find out the range, right? What is the average between the maximum and mid range? So equals to 320 minus this. This should be the average between the maximum and the minimum, which is the mid range value. What is the second best? So equals to large is the formula you can use, right? Array, and I want the second base, so comma 2, right? And third base if you want, so equals to large, select this, comma 3. Okay, and what is the fourth list? So equals to small is the formula, select it, comma 4. Okay, so that is how you will be able to answer the question. Okay, fourth list, large, small, as well as this. So I'll color code this. Okay, third best and fourth best, right? Exercise 4 is done. Exercise 5. What is the total number of amount of money in VIP accounts? That is the question. Again, the table is mentioned at the top, right? So what you can do is you can just do equals to SUMIF range, total amount, right? Amount, you can say it as balance only. Sorry, the range should be VIP, right, comma criteria. So yes is the criteria, and the sum range is this. So this is the total amount of money in VIP accounts. Similarly, non-VIP accounts, I will just drag it, or you can just write it again, SUMIF range, comma criteria is no, comma sum range is this, right? What is the total amount of commissions from accounts that are over 10,000, right? Total amount of commission, so equals to SUMIF range, total amount of commissions for accounts that are over 10,000, right? So SUMIF, I have to give this as the criteria range, comma criteria should be over 10,000, that means greater than 10,000. This is the criteria, comma, and I want the sum range, commission is the range, bracket close, enter. So okay, this should be over here. So this is done. Okay, next is what is the total amount of money in accounts over 10,000. So equals to SUMIF will basically do this, range, total amount of money in accounts over 10,000. So this one is the range, which I will consider from C2 to C11, comma criteria is greater than 10,000. Okay, and sum range, I don't what is the total amount of money? Yes, the amount of money will be this only, over 10,000. Yes. Okay, so equals to what is the total amount of money in accounts under 9,500. The same process, SUMIF range, comma criteria is less than 9,500. Okay, and the sum range is the balance only. Okay, done with exercise 5. Last exercise 6. Okay, again there will be some table which you can see over here. What is the total number of medals won by athletes from USA? Very simple, equals to SUMIF range is from USA. This is the criteria range, and the criteria is USA, and I want the total medals won. Sorry, yeah, 67. Let me zoom it so that you can check it better. 67 is the total medals won. The formula is, just to show you the formula, so one is the country range, country criteria is USA, and the medals won is this, the medals won, right? So what is the total medals won by figure skaters? So figure skaters is a sport, so what I will do is equals to SUMIF, this is the range, criteria range, comma criteria is figure skating. Properly I will write the figure skating, right, and the sum range is the medals won. Done. Okay, figure skating, you can see 3 and 2, 5, which is correct. Next is what is the total number of medals won by both USA and Jamaica, right? So this also you know equals to SUMIF range, you can do it some ifs also, and you can, okay, let me use some ifs. Two ways you can do this. Sum range is medals 1, comma, criteria range 1, fix this, comma, USA is the first criteria. Second criteria is criteria range 2, which is same, comma, and now it is Jamaica, right? Jamaica, Jamaica. So if you do like this, it will come 0. Why? Because it is considering both the conditions, right? But here what you have to do is you have to add the sum of the USA as well as the sum of Jamaica, right? So up till here, so this will not work with SUMIFs, so it is basically work with sum if only. So equals to SUMIF range, the country range, criteria is USA, and the sum range is the medals 1, right? Bracket close, plus again we will use a SUMIF range is the country range, comma, criteria is Jamaica, and the sum range is this. Now see, it is giving me there are 75 medals who have won. So if you give it in SUMIFs, it will considered as this and this criteria. So here it is adding both. There their conditions are two conditions. If they match properly, then only it will give you. So they are not adding. The first scenario it was not adding. In second scenario it is adding. Now what is the count of participant participated from USA? Okay, so equals to COUNTIF range, comma, criteria is USA. So there are 4 participants, right? So this is the exercise 6. I hope you have learned something from this particular exercise of Excel series part 3, and hope you have learned some Excel formulas which are new to you, which are some tricky based formulas, how to come out with the solutions. Thank you all. We will meet in the next series again. Thank you.